Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session on healing of the gastrointestinal system. So we hope we'll be able to share some information with the group, which will be helpful and which will help us improve our system overall. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about the colon. And we are going to be talking about what afflicts the colon and perhaps some mental patterns that affect the colon. And of course, we'll do healing for the group that is present here right now in the live session for the colon. Okay, so with that, let's do the invocation and then we'll continue. So let's close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate, inhale and exhale to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. We thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. We thank you. Let's be aware of ourselves as a soul. Let's do the soul affirmation. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thought. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with all. Let's be aware of our body. While we do the soul affirmation, what we are basically saying is that we are not the body, and the body is the vehicle of the soul, and the body needs to be taken care of. So just like a smooth running car, we have to make sure that all parts of the body are functioning properly. And one of the ways to do that is to pay attention to all the different systems that we have in our body. You know, we have an immune system, respiratory system, gastrointestinal system, reproductive system, endocrine system, and all these systems, right? So this series is going to be on our digestive system, which is our gastrointestinal system. So today, again, we're going to refer to the book Heal Your Body by Louise Hayes. The idea is to help us to uncover mental patterns. So one of the beauties of Master Choa's teachings was that he would, in fact, if you do the workshops, you'll see there are a lot of recommended readings. So he would often direct us to, getting information from other teachers, from other healers, to help us understand what is it that we are doing. So today we're going to refer to this. So for the colon, she says mucus colon. So what she says here is that perhaps a pattern is layered deposits of old confused thoughts clogging the channel of elimination. So, the colon or the intestines is basically where we collect the food matter that we have consumed after we have consumed it, after the small intestine has absorbed whatever nutrients it wants to absorb from it. Whatever is left, the solid matter is basically, pushed into the large intestines, and then from there it is expelled out of the body. So what she's saying here is that there could be layered deposits of old confused thoughts clogging the channel of elimination, wallowing in the gummed mire of the past. Some of the words over here are very interesting. Old confused thought. So I guess the idea is that if the thought is confused, then it tends to get stuck because there's no movement this way and there's no movement that way, right? And the other word she's used here is wallowing in the gummed mire. So gum, as we know, is like sticky stuff, and mire again is like, stuff that it's kind of like engrossed, entangled, etc., in stuff. So it's like, we have somehow clogged our eliminative system with all these confused thoughts. Now in the eliminative system we have multiple issues. We could have loose bowel movement, which is when the body is just quickly trying to expel stuff. We could have constipation, which means we are not able to let go of certain things, certain thoughts, certain ideas, and we are basically holding on to sometimes stuff that really does need to go. Okay, so that's one of the issues with constipation. The other thing is, what's called irritable bowel syndrome. So irritable bowel syndrome, basically what I've understood, means that the intestine is kind of twisted in a particular place, and what happens is that the material has difficulty going through the entire intestine in one go. So that's why people with irritable bowel syndrome will tend to go to the washroom 2 or 3 times, in the course of a morning or something like that. So they have to go a couple of times. You have to give the body enough time to be able to pass that twisted area in the intestine. What else can we have? There can be issues with the movement. So there can be gas and bloating, which can be caused by the fact that the stuff hasn't really left the body, right? So what is the affirmation that Louise Hay recommends? She says, and those of you who would like to write it down, please write it down. She says, I release and dissolve the past. I am a clear thinker. I live now in peace and joy. Okay. The other one is related to constipation, where she again says the possible pattern can be refusing to release old ideas, stuck in the past, and sometimes it refers to stinginess. So it means we are not being as generous as we should be. And the affirmation, if you like, you can write it down. It says, as I release the past, the new and fresh vital enter. I allow life to flow through me. So if you want more affirmations, I would just suggest that you get a copy of the book. I think it's called Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. And so what will happen is that, we need to be aware that there are certain things that need to go from our life, right? Just like if we start storing more things in our storeroom and those are not useful things, then they will just get dirty. And over a period of several years, they will actually just also become useless, right? So confused thoughts, old ideas that need to go. So for those of us who have done Arhatic yoga, we are aware of certain tools that we learn in the Arhatic yoga workshop, which help us to release stuff from the body and from the mind and from the emotions. So we learn a lot of tools in Arhatic yoga. Also, once we do the basic pranic healing workshop. So again, to all the healers in the group, I hope you are doing healing at least for one person. And today what we'll do is we'll do healing for the intestines in particular. So I wish to start from there. And of course, those of us who are watching the video later, you need to join our live sessions to receive the healing. Let's be aware of our crown, our heart, and our hands. Let's visualize ourselves. Let's bless our financial targets. Let us be aware of what we need to let go in our financial targets or our thoughts about finances. What do we need to change? Let's be aware of the changes that we need to make in our financial targets to make them alive, fresh, and desirable for us. Let's bless our health targets. Let's be aware of what we need to let go in order to improve our health. Let's be aware of our relationship targets. What do we need to change? Is there a behavior that we need to change? Is there a rigidity? Is there an old idea? Is there a past hurt that we are holding on to, which is affecting our current relationships from improving? Let's be aware of our spiritual target. Does our spiritual target need revision? Can we strive for something higher? Inhale and exhale. Let's bless all the targets of every person on the group. Let's bless everyone affected by the COVID-19 virus. Let's pray to the Buddha Kuan Yin for her divine, compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy to extract, externalize, and raise to higher vibrations all negativity related to the COVID-19 virus from the planet Earth. Let's put our hands down. Now let's visualize some beautiful light, cleansing light, moving through our body, flushing out from our body old thoughts that we no longer require. Anything that is clogged is being let go. Old ideas. So what we need to do is, if we're not aware of what exactly the idea is, that's okay. Let's just express a willingness to let go of what we no longer require. Okay, so let's go of the confusing thoughts. Let's let go of the past, of whatever we don't require. That has gone, let it go. Old ideas, and the willingness to be non-stingy or non-miserliness. Okay. Inhale and exhale. I wanted to add the role of massage. It's a good idea to massage for those of us who may be having problems with our colon. It is a good idea to massage the abdomen area regularly. You can do a self massage, or if you have a masseuse, or if you're going to, a massage parlor where they are knowledgeable about body parts, and especially Ayurvedic massage parlors, you can also explore that option in case you're having a severe problem with that. And when it comes to pranic healing, we have found that it is really, really effective in helping people to repair their colon, leaky gut, constipation, loose bowel movement. And again, for those of us who are healers here, I hope you're practicing. Okay. So for those of us joining, the background behind me is actually a photograph of the ashram. This is the GMCKS Arhatic Yoga Ashram, which is in Mulshi. For those of us who have been, I hope it's nostalgic. And those of us who would like to be here, this is a real place, and this is in Mulshi, and this is where we go once we do the Arhatic Yoga prep course. So we welcome all of us to become practicing Arhatic yogis as soon as possible. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed what we had to say. We will see you soon. Oh yeah, and those of us watching later, do subscribe to our channel. I hope you enjoy it, and do give us some feedback on what you would like to see so we can try and incorporate it. So pranic healing can help with all kinds of ailments. It is complementary to orthodox medical treatment, and we maintain social distancing at our centers, and we also maintain the sanitization. So welcome. People like us, people who are healers, are basically instruments for the healing to flow. So the healing is actually flowing at all times from the Supreme God, from the great ones, from the teachers. So I think when we attend these kind of sessions, what we are really doing is we are opening ourselves up to receive the healing, whether it's a recording or whether it's a live session. So I feel that when we just open ourselves up to the healing, we are being receptive, and we are allowing the facilitator to allow that energy to flow through them to us. And that's perhaps how we get healed. So you may have noticed that after these sessions, also one way to evaluate is that if you have done basic pranic healing, you know how to scan. You can just check for yourself. You can scan your chakras before, and you can scan your chakras after the session. And that hopefully should give you an idea of whether the healing is happening or not. See, one of the beauties of this school is that we don't really recommend, just believing somebody. We do recommend that we evaluate what is going on. So the evaluation tools have already been shared with us, right, in basic pranic healing. So use them.